Okay, so this is an E3 1990 prototype. So Consumer Computer Entertainment America. So yeah, there's no fade in, and neither is the fade in right there, and the music is completely different from the classic iconic theme. And yeah, the text is different on Warped. Alright, so as you can see, this warp room is quite different from what we're used to. There are no alternative worlds, no warp room 2 through 5. You can see the mountain from the first game there, and the saving screen, it looks different. There's no go. Yeah, that's quite interesting. So the buttons do not appear, they are straight there from the beginning. And the first level to check out is the untitled G-Wiz. And yeah, immediately you can tell that the very first level of this demo has a significantly different orchestration. It is still the same music, but it sounds very different from what we ended up with. Okay, so the magicians are there. That's good. All right. So far we don't really see any significant difference. These boxes are there. I've played this game multiple times, so you can get the level. Now, if I remember right, the way the checkpoint sound is the same as in Crash Bandicoot 2. Now, that's obvious because Crash Bandicoot 2 had been released as a difference of the prototype to show investors as well as showing people what the third game would offer. And yeah, you can definitely tell that they at least had things knotted down. Now, you do have the Death Tornado spin by the first warp room, but you know, a demo, they want to showcase the materials they got, so it's completely understandable. Alright, and the enemy right there, they are present, and the frog, yeah, they are there. There isn't really that many differences between this level compared to what we ended up being in the final game. Now, there is one difference, which I will touch upon when we're getting there. Okay, can I kill? Well, it didn't matter, he didn't kill the hen. There we go. There. It is the bonus. It is the bonus round. It actually doesn't take you to a different place. It actually puts you down here in a very different chamber than what we ended up having. In the actual final game, there are the bonus round placements is themed of what the levels are, but you know, not here. And yeah, as you can see, it's like they're once again they're reusing assets from game 2. Yeah, it's not that different. Now 87 boxes in total. I will actually see if that box count is the same later on. All right, and yeah. Does the frog? Yes, the same thing happened in game 2. The same thing happens in the actual game where you can like trick the frog into killing himself. So that is present, and then the power crystal is there. Now, I do think that the level was shorter, but the things I do remember, they are present. You can like kill that. Okay, so there's no box jab. 87 out of 87. Nothing at all. So yeah. Not that many differences. The only thing that has got is a power crystal. Alright, next level is the underwater level, Under Pressure. I don't like this one, but you know, I have respect for it. It is a fine underwater level, but at the same time I don't like it. Alright, so one thing that is completely different is the music of this theme. It's no underwater sounding music. It is actually music that actually is in the warp room, in the prototype warp room, which is quite different. Yeah, this doesn't really give us anything of underwater in this. But you know, I at least think this works. But you know, you have to respect, you know, this is a prototype. This is not meant to be a game that is supposed to be like, this is the final game. And to be honest, if it was the final game, it would be kind of poor. But for what it is quite impressive. No major changes there. The robotic fish is still present. So I do think they actually did have the underwater levels, the theme as well as the assets down to a T. And these assets are created from the ground up. There was no underwater level in the in game 2 or game 1. So yes, no differences there, and they are destroyed. There we have a steel crate. There is no steel crate in the actual final game in this level. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. And then he's passing through them. There we go. There we go. There we have the robotic fish jet again. I didn't know you could actually boost like that, but you know, you don't know everything. Boosting to me is kind of risky because you can actually die. All right, Bootycat. Fun fact: it is impossible to actually gain the Burka. All right, next up, let's talk about the third level out of 5, may I mind you, and that is Boneyard. So yeah, there is no differences there. It starts out like usual. It's called Dynamite. So yeah, I do think in the finalized game, the name is actually Boneyard, but this time it's Dynamite. But you know, oh my God, there is a guy riding the rhinoceros. No wait, yeah. Do you see? Oh my God, that's creepy. You know, look, he's so tall and lanky. What the fuck is he coming from? I did not see that coming. Oh my God. What's his name? I have no idea. But you know, he is not in the actual final game. So that's a bit strange. Okay, yes. There's a Burka. Now, if I remember right, there is a significant change from the actual finalized game, which we will see soon enough. Not that. There's a red jump path. I do think everything is created and ready for the actual finalized game, since they needed to test it. Okay, so the red jump path, I don't remember if the jump path is the same as I wonder if the red gem is exactly that in this game, or if it's actual or if it's from something else. All right, there we have the other guy. He's still riding. Now this time he's on the back instead of riding front. I wonder if the guy riding it, I wonder if it was a glitch or that was meant to happen. But regardless of what, the Rhinoceros is on a leash. He's on a leash, and the guy is taming him. So yeah, and that's a change which I was so incredibly shocked about. And now he left. I can only assume that the Rhinoceros either wanted to do this himself, or he seemed to had trust in him. So anyway, so this section is as usual with the obstacles being these speed obstacles does not appear in the first level of this game, but you know, it's probably level 11 Dynamite and not Boneyard. I don't know. But you know, if they actually did make Dynamite first and then Boneyard second, well, it was probably far easier to actually remove a couple of assets from the first dinosaur level. If I'm going to actually hazard guess, there is a chance that that's what actually happened. So yeah, nothing unusual here. This happened exactly in the actual level, the Outland crate. That is what I remember. That's it. It is the baby dinosaur which Crash can get in level 2, but this is Dynamite, so you know, you can choose whatever you want to believe. He appears in this level, but what's going on? Why isn't the Rhinoceros appearing? Is this a glitch? What? Yeah, I can only assume that it wasn't programmed. If I'm going to actually guess why, it's probably that they didn't program that last one, because they probably wanted to actually test the level and see how easy they could beat it without it, and then add the Rhinoceros later on. But regardless of what, that is actually really cool. Alright, that's it for this level. Alright, the fourth level is in the actual game, it's level number 10, Midnight Run. This time, It's Orient Express, level 4. So yeah, that's interesting. Was this going to be in Warp Room 1? Or what's this always meant to be the final level? It really does make me wonder how much of these levels were meant to be in different warp rooms. Well, if this was a prototype, or if this was meant to be, then yeah, I think the first warp room would be considered to be far more difficult, or far more like challenging for those that want a fair challenge, because well, the first warp room has somewhat easy levels, so the players can get eased into the idea of what this game could potentially offer. So I just respect that. Okay, there is a sound. That sound effect from this guy lifting that thing is different. It's a bit more, it sounds a bit more childish. Yeah, that was a bit more childish. Okay. There we go. Okay, this barrel appears as usual. Yeah, that's sort of it. Yeah, a bit more high-pitched in this game. And yeah, oh my god, we're at the exit already. Yeah, this level was far shorter than the finalized level. Now it's a prototype, so I understand. Alright, so now that level is finished. Alright, final level of this demo, and it's Tomb Time, I think. What is the episode title? I have no idea. Okay, so I do think this one goes through a few changes. Now, not necessarily, not many changes, but you know, enough changes so you can at least say, wow, this is quite unique. Oh yeah, so the music itself, it is about finished, but it is slightly different. The orchestralization is not quite there yet, not 100%, but it still is kind of very similar to what ended up happening in the final game. And now the bonus level theme is completely missing. Now that was not in the first. Now surprisingly enough, that was not in the bonus level that was actually a different bonus level theme in the second level, but not in this one. It is actually not. It is actually just the music itself. Now, but you know, for being what it is, all textures, they look about right, and the level layout is nothing really shocking. There isn't any major differences. Now, I think the first significant change is no wait, it is not. All right, there you can see the path to the gem route is open, and the spears are raising and lowering at different points. And I do think you cannot actually enter that route. I don't think you can enter that route. I think the gate closes. I cannot really confirm 100%, but you know, it happened right at that spot. So it is highly possible that was meant to be. All right. Nothing. Okay, no differences here. The bonus life appears as usual. Okay. Yeah, I do really feel that the checkpoint crate is. Oh my god, the checkpoint! Did you see that? 2 flamethrower guys, and the checkpoint crate was just beside him. Yeah, that didn't actually occur in the finalized game. So yeah, pretty cool change. That's something I like. Okay, so there were a few changes, not too many, but you know, changes that was interesting to see. Yeah, that's everything. See ya!